Hello, my name is Janice Heyer, one of the Spark Joy facilitators here at Bethlehem Lutheran Church. We're coming to you today with a special session on mental health tips. And we'll start as we always do, with our gathering chime. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to introduce our speaker to you. Ashley Geist-Cusick will inspire you to care for yourself and share tips for mental wellness. Ashley is a counselor and adjunct faculty member at Northern State University and Presentation College, and she's one of our regular Spark Joy attendees. We're incredibly grateful for Ashley's willingness to put together a presentation on tips for mental wellness during this difficult time and unusual time that we're experiencing. We hope this brings value to you, and please feel free to share this presentation with anyone whom you think it would benefit. Thank you.
Hello Spark Joy friends and anyone and everyone tuning in. I'm glad that you're here and I'm excited to share with you. This is Maintaining Mental Wellness Tips Take 3. And the theme of my video today is getting rid of perfection, getting rid of expectations, and taking really good care of ourselves. And when we take good care of ourselves, then we can take care of others, both in families, friendships, and community as well. So a little bit about me. I think Janice gave me a little introduction. I'm a clinical mental health counselor. I'm currently working as an adjunct instructor at 2 higher education institutions in my hometown, teaching psychology and health and wellness. So I'm excited to bring you some tips today. So we're going to start with some fun little note cards. And my first tip for you is feel the feelings. There is so much going on right now. There's so much change. There's a lot of hurt and uncertainty and fear in the world. There's also a lot of goodness and community and love and people coming forward creatively with wonderful ideas to unite us at this time. And I think it's perfectly normal to have a lot going on feeling wise, even within the same hour or the same day. So that's my first tip for you, is to feel those feelings, and I encourage you to go one farther and to name and claim what they are. So an example from my own life, the other night I was working on my job, which I'm extremely fortunate to have right now, extremely fortunate to work from home, and yet at the same time, sometimes it's still stressful. The changes can be a lot, and I was feeling frustrated. So I encourage you to check in and think, what am I feeling right now? And then to name it, either silently to yourself, out loud to someone that you can talk to in a journal, but acknowledge what you are feeling. Because a funny thing happens when we do that, one of two things usually. We have the opportunity to shift it, or sometimes it alleviates. It can go away just by naming, I'm frustrated, I'm tired. It gives us back a little bit of control over that feeling when we can name it, okay? So let's say we've named that feeling. What are we gonna do next? Let's say we want to shift it. We want to change that feeling. We don't want to stay stuck there anymore. So what can we do? Well, the good news is we can do a lot of interesting things. We'll start with these over here, okay? So first, gratitude. This is one of my favorites. There's a lot of neuroscience out there to back this one up too, that when we are in a state of gratitude, when we are thinking about things we're grateful for, maybe we're saying it out loud, we could be writing them down. I'm grateful for fruit. I'm grateful for medical care. I'm grateful for electricity, running water, my loved ones. It puts us in a different state of mind, okay? So I want you to try that. Go ahead and think of just one thing that you're grateful for right now. Okay, got your thing? Imagine what it would be like to do that every morning, every evening, maybe in the afternoons. Make time in your life for gratitude, because it does make a difference, okay? Next one on here, the senses. We can soothe ourselves, we can calm our brains, minds, and bodies by engaging our senses. So what are our senses? Well, the basic things we learn as kids: sight, sound, taste, touch, smell. So engaging those, maybe it's a hot cup of coffee or tea that you brew. It can be a great walk outside where we can feel the breeze on our skin or the sunshine or even the rain. Any of those things, cuddling up under a soft blanket, cuddling with a pet, listening to your favorite music, smelling a favorite fragrance. Any of those things have the power to soothe us and to help us reconnect and ground ourselves when we're feeling uneasy and strange. Okay. Next, creativity, another one of my favorites. Being creative. A lot of times people will say, I'm not a creative person. I don't believe that, it's not true. We can be creative in many different ways. We can be creative with art supplies. You have some supplies around the house, take them out and use them. Listening to music, writing in a journal, cooking dinner, planting seeds, anything can be creative. I encourage you to find what's your creative thing. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? Okay, going down the list. Sorry, I have to read it. Turn it. Chunking. So what does chunking mean? Chunking applies to our time. And what that looks like, just taking things a little chunk at a time. So we don't have to think all the way to summertime. We don't have to think to the end of the month. Sometimes just dealing with what we have right now, presently in front of us, is plenty. So that could be little chunks, like the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next day, whatever that is for you. If you catch yourself spinning and thinking too far into the future, that's a very stressful thing. See if you can bring yourself back to that present moment and think, I'm just going to deal with this little chunk of time. All right, we have more. Learn. If you have time on your hands, some people do, some people do not. Some people are really busy in their homes. But if you find yourself with a lot of time on your hands, what can you learn? You might have time to dive into a great book, a new skill, a hobby, a recipe. Who knows? It could be anything. So give yourself that gift of learning. Next one on the list, connect. I've heard a lot recently about switching the term of social distancing to physical distancing, because physically we're going to keep ourselves apart to avoid the spread of germs and contagion. However, think of it this way. We don't have to be isolated socially. We can connect through Zoom, calls, text messages. There's so many ways to connect with our loved ones, and possibly now more so than ever, we're all at home. So it may even be easier to connect socially with the people you love. I've heard a lot of creative things recently, different types of meetings, Zoom meetings, having a snack or dinner together with someone via Zoom. That's really fun. So see what works for you. What is a way that you can connect? Okay. Humor. Humor is important. Watch a funny show. Let yourself be lightened by the gift of humor. That's an important thing. It's a good thing to laugh. It's not only fun, but again, boosts our immunity too. It works on us on a cellular level. So enjoy yourself through laughter. Movement. We need to move around. We're all at our screens. I'm at my screen right now. So are you. We are on our screens more than ever. So take breaks. Put that phone away. Power the computer off and literally move around. If it's moving around the house, walking, maybe it's a special exercise you like to do. Maybe it's a brand new exercise you're trying. Something. Just move your body. I'm going to move mine too. It's an important thing to do. Okay. Breaks and boundaries. So with our tech, we are on the tech all the time. If we're connecting socially, maybe we're working, we're helping with homeschool, we are talking on the phone, whatever that is, we need breaks and we need boundaries. And guess what? That especially goes for news and social media. And yes, I know it's ironic to listen to a lady on internet video talk about a break from social media, but it's true. We need to power those things off. We need to take breaks and give ourselves some space from those. Okay. One other one that I want to share with you is contribute. How can we contribute? Think about that for a second. What if each one of us did one small thing every day? A couple stories I want to share with you. I was recently reading a book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he said that when he would wake up in the morning, he would choose a gift to give someone. And that gift might be a text, a call, a letter, an email. It could be a donation to a charity, anything. And I thought, what a great idea. We can all contribute love. We can all contribute time, even a little bit of it. And if we have more to give in the ways of different resources, we can contribute those things as well. I was recently at the Humane Society fundraiser dinner in my town, and at the end they brought out this wonderful paper chain, and each link represented an animal that was helped that year. And the chain spread almost across the entire ballroom, and it amazed me that all of these people coming together, doing one thing, helping one pet, helped hundreds. And it made me think, especially at this time, what if each of us just did one small thing? The impact will be huge. So how can we contribute? Let's think about that too. All right, my last two, perfection and expectations. What are we going to do with these? Get rid of them. They're terrible. Get them out of here. We don't have time, frankly. We don't have time. We don't have energy. Get rid of those things. And that was kind of a silly moment, but guess what? Write expectations on your own sheet of paper, tear it up, get rid of it. It feels pretty good. Okay? Last but certainly not least, kindness, forgiveness, and grace with other people and also with ourselves. And I think it's a good reminder, right? When we're working with others and we're talking to others, give these things. These are beautiful gifts that each of us can give each and every day. However, we need these gifts too, and we can also give them to ourselves. I think a lot of times it's easier for us to remember, oh, I'm going to give this to other people. But guess what? Give this to yourself today. Kindness to yourself. Forgive yourself. Things are hard sometimes. We're doing new things. We're going through a lot of change. We might not always be at our best, but forgive ourselves when we have a moment. Come back and do better, right? We do better when we know better. And last but not least, grace to ourselves and others. So thank you for listening. I hope this finds you happy, healthy, and well. Take good care of yourself, and thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Hi, I'm Joelle Rachel, a member of the Spark Joy team here at Bethlehem, and I would love to thank Ashley for providing us with these wellness tips today. We are so grateful for her help during these challenging times. Let's close with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. We don't understand everything that's going on in the world right now, or in us, but we know that you do. Help us to rely on you and to walk one day at a time in your kindness and grace. Amen. Stay well, my friends.